corroborated by a digital transaction from her phone in which she paid her way into the club. Upon being found, Micah Rain had strands of synthetic orange hair on her body. These hairs were identical to the strands which were found on the body of Amber Harper, as well as Sadi Kai, who was abducted and tortured. The wig, which Fear used that night at the Vanilla Unicorn, was found near Chumash Pier by Officer Wesley Pines after receiving a tip. This wig was covered in victim Micah Rain's blood. Alongside this wig, a pair of gloves, which not only had Micah's DNA on them, but Sadi Kai's. These gloves were found containing black nail polish, which can be observed as being used by Fear on her Twinsta account. As Micah Rain lay dying on the stage of the Sisyphus Theater, staring up at the stars, Fear called Officer Wesley Pines, using a voice modifier and identifying herself as Sam, as so many of the witnesses here, within depositions and within the reports, has stated were similar to other instances. Same alias which she claimed her brother was using within the first interrogation. Wesley and Fear placed their phones on speaker. These were the voices that Micah Rain heard in the background as she laid in agony. Fear's and Wesley's. Within Micah's sworn testimony in her deposition, she states she remembers clearly arriving at Sisyphus Theater with Fear, even making note of the bathrooms and their convenient signage. She recalls Fear being there with her and becoming enraged at something, demanding Micah to stop. And even though Micah's accounts become blurred from this point, the person who is guaranteed to have been there and committed these acts is Fear herself. We feel that this incident deeply connects Fear not only to Amber Harper's murder, where these synthetic strands of hair were also found, but to Sadi Kai's incident, as well as the conversations between Officer Wesley Pines and the individual who identified themselves as Sam and the one text message Wesley shared between multiple burner phones. Within these text messages, the Sam character provided information about murder scenes and the killing of animals around the state, which were not open to the public. Moving on, defendant Fear can be observed in at least 2 different Twinsta posts over a month-long period wearing heeled boots. These images can be found within evidence. These heeled boots can be observed as well within the first interrogation tape of Fear, as well as when she was recovered from her brother's alleged kidnapping, which she staged. These are the same heeled boots which Sadi Kai identified her captor wearing during imprisonment. These heeled boots coincide with footprints which were found on the scenes of Jilly Markovic, Kai Otani, Amber Harper, Robert Scott, Paul Jones, and Lucy Callis. Now, within report number 52332, you will observe a text message exchange between Fear's state-provided phone number and a burner phone, which assumes the identity of Sam, showing similar cadences in language. Fear responded to this text message from Sam with pleas for him to stop. And only moments later, from her own phone, does Fear reply in the exact same cadence, as if responding to herself. We'll stop soon, almost over, you, art will be gone, soon, soon, end quote. It is as if Fear mixed up her phones and accidentally replied, dropping the character of Sam entirely, only for hours later, this Sam character to reply, the role switching once again back to him. We ask the courts, why would an individual who Fear is alleging is attempting to frame her, not only dead name his own alias to police in Micah Rain's case, admit to Sadi Kai an intent to frame Fear, but provide Fear with the evidence she needed to prove that it was not her through this text message exchange. It seems as if Fear is struggling to uphold her own narrative, her make-believe story. Then we move on to the night that Fear claims her brother kidnapped her. Hours before this alleged kidnapping took place, an original photo selfie of Fear, which despite not being in any of the phone subpoenas as having been sent to another party and not being shared on Twinsta, was posted from Amber Harper's own Twinsta account. This is hours before a phone call with Elias Winchester in which he informs Fear of this occurrence. How would her brother have gotten this photo, which is clearly of Fear inside one of our city's very well-known clothing stores? And upon being questioned about it in the Twinsta post made by Fear from her own account, which coincided with Amber's tweet of Fear's selfie, Fear is conveniently kidnapped on this phone call by her brother. Her brother, who before this point Fear claimed she had no interaction with, somehow knowing where to find her? Are we to believe this elaborate and convenient miracle rather than the very likelihood that Fear, becoming overly confident in her work, became sloppy and accidentally posted the selfie of her own accord? They're dumping this phone and other evidence in different scenes, along with evidence that would suggest it was her gun, her ID, to try to throw us off the trail. We, the state, do not buy this alibi whatsoever or the incredibly convenient timing and nature of it. We prefer to live by Occam's razor. Are we willing to take it upon the sole word of Fear and Fear herself that the story which was concocted out of thin air is cemented in any proof, and that this proof just so happens to exist or have been provided to these courts? Additionally, within the interrogation of Fear, there are a few key notes which we wish to point out. 1. Fear describes herself as having an affinity with art. The affinity has been brought up in multiple incidents, including with Micah Rain, who states she discussed with Fear her interests. Fear also states within this interrogation her experience with hunting and using traps through her time spent with her father and her familiarity with butchering and dressing the bodies of the animals. This can also be seen in her statement, which mentions her activities here in Los Santos within the state parks region, being an avid hunter. The same regions in which the horrific scenes of many animals' mutilations were found. Though the glaring statement by Fear in this interrogation that we wish to highlight is Fear's own experience working within a morgue. Fear speaks to her ability at preparing bodies, which include the stitching of their faces, 4 of the victims of which, Stacy Recht, Jilly Markovic, Kai Otani, and Amber Harper, had their faces stitched in different expressions by Fear. It is at this point we would like to highlight the shared themes among the murder victims, as well as some of the survivors which we feel connect these crimes to one another, so that we may emphasize the overwhelming evidence which suggests that these crimes were committed by the same individual, Fear Phosphophyllite. 6 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Kai, Amber, Robert, Paul, and Lucy, had their phones used to text 911 cryptic messages as well as GPS locations of their bodies. 4 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Kai, and Amber, as well as Sadi Kai, a living victim, had their faces stitched in different expressions. 6 of the victims, Jilly, Kai, Amber, Robert, and Lucy, had previous victims' phones on their bodies. 5 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Robert, Lucy, and Paul, had their hearts removed from their bodies. 6 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Kai, Amber, Paul, and Lucy, had animal parts used in the decoration and staging of their bodies. These animal parts coincide with many of the scenes of mutilation of animals throughout our state parks that were documented by Wesley Pines. 4 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Paul, and Lucy, died from exsanguination, blood loss. 6 of the victims, Stacy, Jilly, Kai, Amber, and Robert, had their personal phones used to twist out their deaths. Jilly, Kai, Amber, Robert, Paul, and Lucy had footprints on scene which were identical to the footwear and size of defendant Fear. All of the murder victims had their blood and organs dumped into a pool, which all of their bodies were found beside. 4 of the scenes, Kai, Amber, Paul, and Lucy, had evidence of a wet box which was used to store animal parts and victim organs, similar to the box which was found on the scene where Fear was recovered, that had been cleaned with bleach. The victims, all but Robert Scott, had no signs that they had struggled. All of the victims were found in or near Vinewood Hills. I would also like to call out the fact that there have been no further victims of this murder since the incarceration of Fear. Additionally, despite the fact that Fear is trying to use a defense that it was her brother who committed these crimes, she has refused to step onto the stand and corroborate through her own sworn testimony this claim. Scared to be caught in a lie? We, the state, believe so. Your Honor, we believe that the state has provided overwhelming evidence to not only suggest that the 7 murders were perpetrated by the same person, but that there is overwhelming evidence that defendant Fear was the individual who committed these atrocities against our beloved neighbors. That this concocted story of her brother holds no weight, has no evidence besides her word, and is simply a desperate last attempt by the defendant to avoid the responsibility of her actions. And we, the state, are asking, on behalf of all of our citizens, to hold her to the highest accountability and remove her from our community forever. Thank you once again for your time and due consideration in this matter. May God bless America and this fine state of San Andreas. Praise be to Habitrash, and may the victims forever rest in peace. Amen.
Bravissimo.
All right, bud. Close us out.
As much as I appreciate Franklin LARPing for the state today, I'm sure he will know, being a defense attorney, it is not incriminating. You never put your defendant on the stand. Now, Fear's relation to any of these gruesome murders, attacks, dismembered animals, it's only due to the fact that she has been a target of them herself. Fear has not been proven to plan out or enact any of these attacks. No struggle or use of paralyzing drugs. The fact that this quiet, calm individual is capable of carrying these attacks out on their own is near laughable. No weapons tied to any of these murders come back to Fear. None of the communication devices used by Sam, the Hills Butcher, or his accomplices were tied to Fear. Fear cannot clearly and directly be placed at any of these attacks except for the one she reported to the police that she was forced to watch and take part in for fear of losing her own life in that very moment. Ask yourselves, what would you do? What are you all capable of if you are backed into a corner, defenseless, looking into the eyes of a monster that you have seen commit the most heinous acts throughout the entirety of your own life? A being that you know, when they tell you you will die, you will most definitely die. Would you let your own life end for a stranger? Or would you do what you knew you had to do to see another day to try and fight back and put a stop to further suffering? Fate has presented a photo book of mutilated animals to unsettle you, to drill into you over and over, bad people hurt animals. If I myself could physically see these photos, I'm certain my disdain and outrage would be heightened by the state's theatrics on this case as well. I wish I were on the sidelines of this case, spectating to hear justice be served as a person who I myself prefers the unwavering loyalty and companionship of a beloved pet over literally any human ever. Now, despite that, I am happy to be here fighting for the liberation of a misunderstood citizen who has been turned into the scapegoat for a number of crimes, possibly committed by a number of individuals, condensed into a singular boogeyman that has been crafted and branded by the law enforcement of San Andreas and the state here today. As you walk back into that room and walk through this hell, well, no longer alone, but with your thoughts with the panel, I want you to keep in mind, Fear was never apprehended at any scene for any victim in this case, except for when she herself was found in a pile of her own blood. Fear was profiled by a biased report from a doctor that was acting as the forensic psychologist on this case, who was told by police they wanted her assessed for being a serial killer. And later they wrote a profile based off that meeting with Fear and reports that were heavily biased and directed towards Fear. Despite there being, at that time, and still, no physical evidence or eyewitnesses placing her at the scenes of these murders. So what did we learn about this case? There are endless hunting violations for the treatment of animals and the way that they were mutilated. I myself, during a brief run as city reporter, reported on a handful of mutilation scenes in connection to a shipping container that goes back as far as the end of December, beginning of January. Nothing ever came of that. No investigations done on it. It ended up being shut down. Vets had no comment, nothing. But now, as Detective Pines has also illustrated, he was following these animal mutilations as far back as, early February? They strung these together to help them create their boogeyman by playing on the heartstrings of individuals to garner more public sympathy, to help secure a quick conviction with incomplete evidence, despite there being a dump truck amount of photos. When it comes to Micah Rain, she could not clearly recollect much of what she endured, aside from confirming hearing multiple voices from the assailants that attacked her. She was under a number of drugs and a very extreme anesthesia as they questioned her immediately upon waking her from the ICU. Officer Smith will have us believe that she can identify all the voices that Micah Rain was referring to as her and Detective Pines because they were on the phone at that time. This is merely aggressive speculation on her part. And the claim that Fear could not have been mirroring her brother in an attempt to talk him down via the aforementioned referenced text messages between the two was also denied to be at all a possibility by Ashley Smith. However, this was recanted and cited to be a very common and plausible option by the forensic psychologist and actual expert, Dr. January. Was never found to be in direct possession of any weapon or tool utilized by the killers. Fear was not found in direct possession of any of the phones utilized by Sam, Orion, the Butcher, killers, whoever. Anytime Fear's NBW or phone was in direct contact or relation to any of these crimes was during the time period that she herself was kidnapped and not in control of her devices. January's assessment of Fear, albeit we believe in an inherently biased one, he references Fear's mention of a beloved pet cat and dog. Fear was a practice hunter who reported one of the many mutilation scenes to police as it had disturbed her. She has no prior history of handling animals in any disrespectful
He's gotten
manner.
a lot better at his closings.
She is a valid licensed hunter.
Bird has become such a great attorney.
Dr. January states in the profile of the killer that they would
me
seemingly
basically
choose
firing
isolated
him was
areas
the
in
best
nature
thing that
to
could have
commit
happened to
their
that character.
acts, as this seems to be something that would apply to Fear, who prefers nature and hunting. Yet all the victims were found in the hills, close to the city, where they could have easily been found out at any time with minimal to no isolation. And despite his testimony stating that it is in fact normal procedure for forensic psychologists to be brought in to observe during the interrogations, as it is not exactly accurate, as it can greatly taint the process. And what a forensic psychologist needs to be brought in for is to determine, by his own words, that they're fit to stand trial and to see if a mental once it has been established that a mental evaluation is needed. To the state eluding fear set up their own scenes and decimated themselves and injected themselves with the bromide in question. That conclusion in no way can be drawn on a weak documentation due to the weak documentation of the substances found in their body and the biased nature described in their injuries, which were clearly assisted and being dictated by the investigative officers on scene who came onto it, rolled their eyes, and went, oh, fear did this to themselves. There's evidence of this in the report of initially being drawn to the construction site at Picture Perfect Drive, where traces of blood were found. They speculated it was Fears and decided it was no big deal to go ahead and continue to investigate further. They didn't care. Now, we've illustrated the state had at least 2 other suspects, which we questioned here today, that fit the profile that they had built. They were referenced directly by the killer, contacted by the killer, just the same as Fear. Because they were growing tired, one of which of these suspects were questioned 7 times. Infinitely more times than the defendant Fear sitting here today. But the state did not want to mention or present any evidence of that. Want to ask yourselves why? It's because they were growing tired and desperate. They wanted a conclusion to this case. That escalated to needing a conclusion to this case once they botched a state announcement where they were seeking any tips or information to help them identify the killer. And in approximately 24 hours, they pursued to arrest Fear on the call and tip of a known criminal organization overseeing Fear with their dog. They then brutally attacked Fear in prison with attacks and carving butterfly moths into her body. There are a number of individuals involved with these attacks. There are a number of these reports of mutilations and attacks that don't fit the MO of the Hills Butcher profile. Evidence was selected specifically ignoring anything that did not directly correlate to Fear. They're ignoring the blood of an MC member on a death scene that has a criminal record with 5 attempted murders against a government employee. They're ignoring a possible relationship of Jilly Markovic to the Reaper's MC due to a wallet found on her person. They ignore ultimately any possibilities that had any relevant evidence and just zoned in on Fear for reasons they did not really effectively articulate. Attempting to charge this person with over 200 animal mutilations, of which he is only connected to 1 by means of calling into 911 to report it. Was only ever found to be affiliated with any Hills Butcher scenes by 1 being her own attack, which officers just said, meh, she did it to herself just because. And the other scene, while she was being held against her will by one of the butchers and forced to participate in her brother's quest to incriminate her in these killings, while Fear pled with him to stop, Fear could not be put at the scene of any other attack or murder aside from this one that she stated to the police, which she was forced to do to witness and participate again against her will, while also identifying the killer for them to take off the street. The extent of PD's investigation into this was a quick glance at an NDW where they couldn't see proof that this psychopath didn't go pick up a driver's license. So therefore, he must not exist, nor do any other individuals where there was sufficient evidence to illustrate that they had also existed. It stuck to repetitive questions, avoiding the multitudes of evidence, and strategically tiptoed around and attempted to scope slam away. Meanwhile, these animal mutilations have seemingly continued in the city, twins to post from individuals taunting police for catching the wrong person to blame for these crimes. And evidence that the Hills Butcher attacks will continue. With this much doubt and an inability to put Fear at the scene of anything of her own free will and planning, aside from a dispute with an MC gang over a dog, are we going to lay literally hundreds of charges at their feet because she's an artist? Because she looks like she's 1 punch away from a free Cradle Phil t-shirt on a Hot Topic punch card? This is victim blaming at its absolute finest, Your Honor. The amount of charges the state is attempting to put on Fear is comical. I myself am an animal lover, but I probably have to get a seeing eye dog if I can't afford robot eyes. But because I love animals does not mean I would allow that to overcloud my judgment and
Hello,
replace
sir.
lives lost and an added aggression in pursuing a quick boogeyman to blame
yeah, if you can-
go home.
I need to frisk
Do
you.
not have to fear anything from fear, except that
Yeah,
fear
and here's
itself has
fine.
been dealing with this
Would you
man
consent to a
standing next
search?
her and around her all her life.
All right, just hold your hands up.
The state is basing this case on a great deal of speculation and conjecture based
Oh,
on
yeah,
postal
perfectly
codes
fine.
and their
No worries.
interpretation of text messages. We want to mention that Fear went to a strip club. Fear likes art. Fear wears one of the most common-sized boots worn by a great deal of women in this city. Detective Pine stated that he was tracking animal mutilations as far back as February, and they're just stringing together every single one they've found since to create a monster that they were chasing. The paperwork is plentiful with photos, but weak with substance. And if these 200-plus charges don't fit, you must acquit. Thank you. I'm done. Have a great night.
Fuck you, James Bird. How fucking dare you say that it was a theatric on the fucking state's part when we've been dealing with this for the past fucking 2 months? How fucking dare you?
I was gonna
Dare.
say, can I throw a
I
cup?
dare.
Go fuck yourself.
Get him, Sean.
Okay, order in the court. Order in my court.
I hope you do get the death sentence, Fear, you dumb bitch.
Yawn.
Okay. Well, all right. Calm down, everyone. All right. So, as many of you have probably expected, there is not going to be a verdict given today because there's a lot of evidence to sort through. and
I
there's a
love
lot of
I
stuff
love
for
that
the
character
panel to
so much. It's
consider.
so good. He's
Aside
great.
from one charge. Because there is one charge that Miss Fear is guilty of as a matter of law.
Stealing your hearts?
No.
Shut the
Ew.
fuck
Ew.
up.
God no.
That would
it
be
the
for the
outfit?
murder of Paul Jones. And here's why. So, in part 2 of the interrogation tape taken on May 4th, the second of the interrogations, Fear admits to killing Paul Jones by her assertion under duress from her brother who forced her to partake in all of this. So we have a confession that a killing was done, and the justification offered is duress. And also we have physical evidence to place her on the scene in the form of her blood and also hair matching her DNA. So this isn't like a naked confession without physical evidence to support it. There's physical evidence to corroborate this confession. The problem, and the problem is actually twofold. One, duress is not a defense to murder, or any homicide for that matter. You are not legally entitled to claim duress as a defense for a homicide. If someone puts a gun to your head and says, you gotta kill this guy, dog, or I'm gonna blow your brains out, well, if you want to prolong your life, you can blow the other guy's brains out, but if you're caught, you're still going to be found guilty of murder. That's how it works. Now, there is a small minority of states where they will downgrade murder to manslaughter. That is not a rule that we follow in this jurisdiction. And the case law that is up on the screen right there comes from a case long ago where the Blocks kidnapped now Justice Nora Dupre and the late Archibald Lambda and took them up to the radio station and shot both of them, fatally killing Archibald Lambda. And in that case, Baby Block, who our prosecutor for the state is very intimately familiar with, tried to assert that she was under duress by Butch Block, and Butch Block made her, you know, kidnap someone and march her into the courtroom so that they could free Mike Block, I think it was. That's where this holding comes from. Baby Block tried to assert, oh, I was under duress, and that's why I was participating in this incident in which someone
I
was
didn't handle
murdered.
this.
But unfortunately, duress doesn't work for that because it is a categorical exclusion. It's one of the very few crimes that you cannot use duress as a defense for.
Goddamn blocks.
The second problem with duress as a defense is duress is an affirmative defense. That means that the burden is not on the state to disprove the defense. The burden is on the defense to prove each element of duress by a preponderance of the evidence. That means more evidence shows that it was likely duress versus not. The three elements of a duress defense is there has to be an immediate threat of death or serious bodily injury. There has to be a reasonable fear that the source of the duress will carry out that threat. And there has to be no reasonable opportunity for escape aside from committing the unlawful act. These three elements of duress were not shown by the defense. On top of the categorical exclusion of duress as a defense to murder, even if that wasn't the case, even if we haven't already held that you don't get to claim duress for murder, you failed to prove the defense. As to Paul Jones, as a matter of law, given that you've already confessed to the murder of Paul Jones, we're finding you guilty of murder.
Oh,
Now,
that means she's remanded back to
as
Bolingbroke
to
because of
all
at least
the
one
other
or 2
crimes,
years.
Well, we're going to have to do some digging there.
Sorry, Pierre.
So what's going to happen is the state is essentially requesting the death penalty on this matter. And you have been convicted of at least one felony A crime, which means the death penalty is at least up for consideration. Now, because the death penalty is up for consideration, that necessarily means there has to be a sentencing hearing. Because in order for the death penalty to be issued, there has to be an opportunity for the defense to present any and all mitigating factors that would weigh against an imposition of death in a case. So that means, what that means is necessarily when the death penalty is being asked for and there is a conviction of a felony A crime, it must go to a sentencing hearing. So there is necessarily going to have to be a phase 2 for this trial to go to sentencing. What we're likely going to be doing is myself and my co-panelists are going to sit down and we're going to root through all the evidence and we're going to see what all crimes of this whole body of everything else that's been going on, which can be fairly imposed upon defendant Fear. And in the meantime, because there's at least one murder conviction that is going to be standing in this instance, we'll be having the sentencing hearing basically at the same... essentially, we're going to be, reading out the verdict, and then we're going to go into a sentencing hearing and then handle sentencing right then and there. And that is the anticipated plan for how this trial is going to proceed from here. Depending on how long it takes to go through the evidence, we might have a verdict reading and then a sentencing reading or a sentencing hearing afterwards. We might split it up. Ideally, I would like to have them both at the same time. So if counsel would let the court know in a motion on the docket as to your availability in the coming weeks, we will be looking at scheduling that sentencing hearing as soon as possible. I don't anticipate it happening over the weekend due to the availability of certain counselors and also certain judges on the panel. So this will probably ideally happen sometime early next week. But again, it's all going to depend on availability of the people who you wish to speak, the availability of counselors, defendants' availability, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But that is the trajectory of this case. Unfortunately, even if it is true that your violent, horrible, terrible brother forced you into mutilating and killing Paul. Unfortunately, that defense does not work. And you're still guilty of killing him. That's where we're going to leave off on this case. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Once again, put your availabilities in as soon as humanly possible because we would like to schedule this sentencing hearing sooner rather than later. It may take a day or two for us to get through all of the reports and everything.
Remanded
and
back
come
to
a
Bolingbrook.
consensus, but I don't anticipate that taking more than
And this is
a
why you
few
don't give
days
5
at
years for
most.
murder, Sati.
And I would like to not draw this out for longer, than it has to.
Availability is whenever, wherever.
Right. With that, this case is now adjourned.
You ready to
be
head
set for a
back? Are we
sentencing hearing
escorting-
sometime in the near future?
We don't help escort
Alright.
DOC, right?
Thanks, gavel very loudly. There you go.
Radio. Right, we want. Now she's at least guilty of 1 murder. Why is it?
Another one.
Everything, Liam.
Are we putting the gang tag on?
That isn't mine.
Anybody moving?
But I'm just gonna say I didn't do any better.
Oh, that was too far. I tried my best. Ow.
Oh, that would be why. Well, is what it is. Yeah, yeah. Chat, we running it back. Oh no, she won. We running it back. I forgot I was an instructor for 3rd shift, so that's what we're doing. Server borked. Server borked. Server borked. Is what it is. I noticed you crashed before that radio seemed broken. The crash happened too. Was it? Yeah, it's the whole server. She had an ace. She crashed the server. She did this. Until you're all I am, where the hell am I supposed to go? Nothing. All right, I guess we do it the correct way. Okay. Oh fuck! This is the longest stream we've had for a long fucking time. If you guys have been enjoying the content outside of like the court case and stuff, like if you haven't dropped a follow, it'd be greatly appreciated knowing generally what kind of characters you like to see and what I could stream. And if you feel so inclined, if it's in your hardest of hearts, if it ends up being something where you would be willing to offer a subscription, remember your Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a Twitch Prime free. It goes directly into someone who's a little bit struggling right now. ONX, please. 6 out of 11. I love having Prime. I'm about to be live long as fuck tomorrow. Yeah? What are you doing? What's the goal? I can't believe they got found guilty of murder, then murdered the whole server. Oh, auction in like 7 hours? Yeah. I don't know if I'm... Nope, server's still borked. The staff meeting? Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to go to the auction. I need to fucking sleep. Well, that was an incredibly long case, yeah. Yeah, it was. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're not going anywhere just yet. We're just kind of chilling. Oh, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one stuck. Oh, it's everybody. Every single member or player who is on the server who's a role playing in FIB is posting in that Discord. And then the government Discord's also posting it. The error chat is MNMMNNMNNMNNM and just repeats that randomly. As someone I no longer know, for the shame of being drunk and alone. Try again. It is a lot of M's and N's. How are you, Ian? What are you doing, my dude? I was just putting my shit away to go to bed. Yeah, I might as well go to bed. Zendel, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. I've got all the burnouts in the cell. Okay, fine, Sims 4. I'm cooked and this happens. I mean, honestly, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm probably not logging back into Madison. I'm just gonna leave her there because of the server crash, duty on, and then just get picked up. And if she gets in trouble in character, then I'll just be like, there are a bunch of issues. It was such a long court case. How are you, Jay Rizzle? What's going on with you, my dude? It's great to see you. Ring and ring, even the cops thought you were wrong for hanging up. Probably same, to be honest, if I'm gonna stay down. I'm loading into it. I'm not logging back in. Oh, the bar for getting in trouble is so much higher than that in the FIB. What the fuck is this? This is not on Madison's playlist. Let's just delete this. Insert girl wildflower at PD Academy. All right, we're good there. So thank you everyone for showing up for the thing. Lyric for dealing with chat. You're okay. First off, I never deal with you. You are welcome here every moment of every day. You know this. I'm doing okay, but stressed from work. But I got to watch my niece graduate from high school. Oh, that's precious. I love that. We're gonna go into 3 minutes of ads once I actually log into the server. I appreciate your lyric. That was so sweet of you. Thank you. Fit, thank you so much for the prime. Hello. I don't know why I didn't prompt, but thank you so much. We have a hype train for some reason. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. I appreciate the hell out of you. Around you. You know, I have more songs. I have more songs on Madison's playlist for being like a 2-week-old character. Because like, I mean, I started her playlist like months ago when she was first made to be a judge on Purple. Which is unscripted now.
Okay, I'm in this server, so I have to lock it in. Bye.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello.
Oh God, you're so
This
loud.
is. Oh, okay.
You...
Anytime. No. That was great. Server crashed. Okay, full game shut down. Okay, I don't blame the guy, right? I don't blame him for like server crashed, went to talk to friends, you know? Kind of saw this coming when we suddenly have voices joining us. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Well, chat, you're looking pretty cute today. What are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? Anything interesting? Playing any games? Any good plans for the weekend? Start vibing. Make sure to contact DW if the problem. I'm sure there are plenty of people already handling it. To be utterly and completely honest, I'm not too worried about it. See if it actually handshakes. Call up. Yeah, because I have his direct contact. I'll let you know. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I had a charity that works with my county pay off a huge chunk of my medical debt out of the blue. Whoa! Can we get some hype for Lyric? Holy shit, that's so cool. I love that for you, hun. So much. We're gonna try like... I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna chill. We're gonna chill. We're gonna hold the connection button. Do we have anything we can play in the meantime? What is this song? I'm sorry. What was that lyric? I want to wait, hold on. This was just like a chill acoustic song. I got just kind of tuned out. The hell? Yeah, that's what I thought. I want to stab you, then kiss it. Okay. DM's plunker. Tempting again. That's so awesome. I love they are a fantastic human being. I appreciate them very much. Along with a cupcake, are probably my most close. Oh, I love that so much. Yeah, it's really sad that I didn't actually get to pursue anything with Plunker. Plunker and I have been trying to find characters that will match for, and I mean this, literally years. Like over the last year, we've been trying to we've been passing back and forth, and I'd rather have it happen organically than. I intend on flying out to see them in October. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, they seem to be having a good time in California, which is really good. I haven't talked to Cupcake in a long time. All right, so who's in my... I guess I could just... Hold on. What we could do... I can't show you some of the slides. What we could do... Hold on. Where is this? There we go. Perfect. Where's the FTO thing? So we have... Okay, so it's... That's not... Okay, that's the wrong one. What did Legacy send me? Okay, that's the new one. Okay. Jeff, Arnie, Ashley, Levi, Zoe. So we have Rory, Rigsaw, Ollie Quinn, Lucky Beach. Oh, great. Mateo's on two of one of those groups. Yeah, he's on the third one with the new with the old people. We have some green cadets too. Who is Rory Rigsaw? Red Noise. Why does that name sound familiar? No Pixel Public. God, that name sounds so familiar. Red Soper. I don't know them. Okay, they played on blue. When's the Shift 3 boot? It should be happening as soon as the server's back up. This is a good group. I love all of them. Every single person in this group. I actually met Roy when he first went to DV asking for PE applications. Nice. Half my fault, cause I just like to play the victim. I'll drink. Look at all that prio. I don't use it. I haven't used it. I have normal prio. Oh, it didn't boot. Oh, my Rockstar is fucked. Hold on. My other half was you. Is GTA on there? I haven't actually had to use like friends come home for Christmas and you were considering getting Oreos? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, it's booting up. Snackies? I'm also going for snackies. What are these snackies? Ooh. I don't think it's loading, chat. Fetching info for server. I think it might be dead. Oh, there it goes. I lied. I have to very quickly get into I took offense to saying it was dead. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The server's still dead. Server's still dead, and you can't prove me otherwise, server. What are you gonna do? You know what we could do while we wait? Hold on. Oh, I love this. No one's ever gonna see this. No one's gonna ever see this, but Laszlo and Samantha communicate via notes on their phone. Angel, my queen, I'll think of more in due time. They commute. We just transfer the $5 back and forth. Oh God, I'm not here. Do the yawn. I need to go. I need to go. How did I spawn out here? Wrong face. This character's dead. This character's dead. I need to go. I need to go. I need to go. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. I was stuck with this model. That would have not been good. That wasn't... All right, I'm changing. Good to know that I may not spawn in where I need to.
I fixed the server, guys. You're welcome.
How could
Hanamamu do this?
God bless.
Oh no! Oh no! It's oh no! Oh no! It's not fixed.
What do you
I'm gonna crash again.
No,
Take a look at Legacy.
take a what?
Oh.
Legacy walk
Oh,
around.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
seeing
some weird
it.
shit.
Like this, like kind of like this.
I can see through the.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
There's about 500 ms ping and there's like 25% package loss, so everything you're seeing is just basic packages loss.
Well, at least
Yeah.
people are still moving. Well,
I don't know
people
It's
are
pretty impressive.
relocating.
Pretty impressive.
People are relocating, as opposed to before where they weren't.
Witchcraft,
moving.
witchcraft, witchcraft.
going.
Okay, now people aren't relocating at all.
I am playing my dead vampire.
Yeah, honestly, it's because yep, and there we
I'm
go.
still moving. I'm
I'm
not
still
gonna
here.
stop.
I'm still here.
Shit seems pretty fucked, mate. Yeah.
I mean, nobody else is moving except for me, but you know.
I see you. I see you moving.
Couldn't get high, so the server decided to get high.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Okay.
I'm wasting so many bullets right now.
I don't
Ah,
know.
fuck. I've hit
Um,
1300
Oh my god!
ms.
Oh my god! People are moving. Well, moving is
Are
a,
we?
you know.
Yeah. Moving's.
Oh, there it goes. So he fired for witchcraft? Yeah. Yeah. It's alright. It be the way it be. I'm not too worried. In the FTO tech chat, Spec who plays Mateo Gonzalez says specifically, Abe starts talking, server crashes. Oh, see, I'm connecting. It's not the M and N era this time. It's true. Anyway. Do I still have this open? I don't. Words. Where is this? All right. The phones are still working though. That's the weird part of it. What is the DOJ chant? Also, the last two fight nights Polito have either won the whole thing. Oh. That's Penelope's phone. The phones are still working. That's funny. That's a great... I saw right out of the corner of your eyes. Yeah, that's great. I love this emoji. Did this actually work? Okay. Oh fuck! I know who was doing this on an other character level. I can't remember who's doing this. Like they literally text like they fucking I can't remember if I was in the voice chat and we were just fucking around, or if they told Sam. And so like obviously I'm not gonna take it in character on any character. But they literally just text Lucky Beach soon with zero intention of actually doing anything about it. It's so funny, dude. Did she get arrested for anything else? No, she did not. We found something relating to that? Yeah, probably. It's pretty funny. I can't remember who it was. Copy. Lemon 38, on the fucking, I remember the incident, but I don't remember the 22nd. On the 22nd of May, 2025, Officer Zoe May crashed again. Discovering the number was discovering the number was Lucky's was hilarious. Doc, you need to go to bed. What's the error? Responded to a shots fired call in the barrio. The shots fired was in the southeast parking lot. Upon arrival, no blood or projectiles or casings were found. There was an overturned motorcycle with a bunch of paint chips. It is theorized that the gasoline inside the motorcycle destroyed the bullets. Yeah, it's cursed. That's alright. We were only doing an FTO meeting. I know what it isn't. Doubled up with, let's see, May. He needs to put a fucking report in. Barrio, near fucking, I don't remember. Balas. They were being annoying all night, but there's literally no proof. Victims, my time. Not sure what love is. Still the error. Okay, loading in. I refuse to quit. Alright, are we backlogged on any reports? So that would be through the 20th. I think we filled this out. Yeah, we filled this out. Two deaths omens, had purple zip ties, took hostage. But gave it to someone who could interpret. I can't spell interpret, so that's a problem. Broke off. Easy. Now it's being found. Why am I marked as the primary? I mean, I guess I was. Free Lima 38Z May. Words are pretty hard. That's true. Nope, don't, nope. None of these characters are the correct character. There we go. On the 22nd of May, 2025, Officer Zoe May responded to a 3-1 from a Laszlo Caldera. She was unable to find her partner, Niles Bean, and he had removed his tracking. There were concerns. First person, none of the characters. Lyric, that's great. You know what's funny? We're not even doing a subathon. You guys getting fucking a massive stream. Not even doing a subathon. Hold on, do I have... Hold on, do I have... I see Diashi in the chat, hold on. Do I have Discord on this? I shouldn't. Yeah, I don't. Alright, well... there were concerns that... Miss Caldera would be the next target, so... I responded to her location at the bean machine. While en route...
Because realistically,
Realistically.
Yeah, I stopped
Okay.
talking.
I need.
You can't do that.
I
right
need.
now.
I need help. I need help. I
Oh
got.
no, we're not good. We're not good.
Oh, we're not good. Okay.
300 ping.
Yeah,
I don't-
It's going
sitting
down.
at 350.
How do you determine that?
In F8.
F8 and
F8.
then draw performance.
I don't see that.
I only have 200 ping.
So F8 overlays performance, and then you can
Oh.
menu in
200.
F8. Yeah.
230, 250.
I normally have 200, so you know.
Yeah, I normally sit on 220.
I'm at 196. Packet loss at 10.
I'm at 128.
I'm at 330.
Yeah, PL 10%.
This is what being on
Packet loss
Australia
is
feels
going
like.
down, so you know.
Yeah.
Why do you
Welcome to
live
the
there?
desync.
Because I don't want to live in America.
What are you gonna do? Oh,
Valid.
sorry, Poet. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
packet loss is going down.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Ping's going down as well. It's down to
Oh,
300.
170.
1 second, let me relay this.
130. Yeah.
I know you hate me,
Bam,
Fraudgy.
bam, bam. Yeah, I know. It's always C.
Okay. Yeah, always.
What happened to Zuleika?
I shot him.
Oh, he's still dead.
Oh, okay.
Get up.
How did you miss the first two shots?
I didn't. I shot once. It's because of the desync.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
I saw two shots and then
I have
like,
7. Hang on. I have 7 bullets in my gun right now. It has an 8 capacity.
That's funny. I don't have any equipment on me.
Why not?
Cause I don't like using like the live equipment, because if I use the gun or anything, then it burns the live equipment. So for canonical purposes, I just use the free ones and then leave them here. My gun is awful.
oh my god, that was so delayed.
Mantis is
No, this one just also auto double shoots. Mantis?
Yeah. He's alive and he's away.
Huge.
He can't get on the circuit.
Yeah, I'm at 415. Wait, over a second. Yeah. Yeah, I'll wait up to 1100.
No.
Okay.
That's
what
crazy.
Orbital laser from space.
The laser's so delayed though. I got downed while I still heard the thing.
Oh god, people are teleporting.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're down
Yeah,
to
the
300
ping's
ping.
spiking again.
Yeah.
That's good.
900.
Back down.
I'm going.
I tried robbing
I'm
you.
at 300.
1000.
Tried robbing
I'm
me?
at
What the hell?
356. I'm going up.
Yeah, I'm
332.
at
How much you
750.
trying to rob me?
I'm going down.
Oh, there you go.
500.
All right, here it is.
Oh?
Borger, what do you have?
Oh,
5
anything.
needles. Use as needed for. Oh, okay. Going for meta.
It's information that Zoe would be able to know.
Also, I think I already know this because the last time I robbed you in the last academy.
Crazy.
Huge.
There was also a thing in the shift 3 group chat about like, hey, stab me with this shit, I'm dying.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that, man.
Oh my god, it's the resting trooper.
Ooh, 223, 222, 219.
173.
Oh, okay, bragger. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not on duty.
Packet loss.
Yeah, I'm at 20.
So you know what's weird?
Hmm.
About like searching and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel me taking the marriage license out of your wallet?
Oh, no way.
Don't take shit while there's having this scuff is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good
don't.
point.
It's really fucked up.
Because
And you-
I can't reimburse that shit.
And it might be lost in the void.
500. This is when I try to play Fortnite with my
I'm at
partner.
Exactly 500. I've got the net graph up as well, and oof, that's spiky.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just provider stuff, so it's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
see that
spiking
net graph
too.
is meant to be a solid line.
Yeah, some of you are spacing.
Oh, Jesus.
Moonwalking, fucking Melbourne shuffling all over the place, but
Yo, you getting the Melbourne Shuffle Dog?
What is
Yeah,
what is the
Melbourne
VRAM? Who's a computer nerd? Poet, you're a computer nerd. What is the VRAM
Yeah.
part? I mean, I have
That is your video memory.
I have 3.2/7.6./.8.0. What does
Yeah,
that
it's
mean?
That,
It's the
that
it's the
means you
storage
have
in
a,
your.
It means you have an 8 gig video card.
Okay. What's the 7.6 then for?
It's 8 gigabytes expressed in base 10.
Oh, gotcha. And I'm using like 3.3 in my VRAM. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand now.
yeah, I'm at 32 out of 64 for reverb used. Yippee!
I think I'm just gonna ask the things to top. Yeah.
I'm at 4.9 of 31.3.
I have an old graphics card then.
Yeah,
I
Jesus.
have a 5090.
I have a 9070 XT.
Yeah, I just got a 4090.
Just. My 4090
Oh Jesus,
melted.
that network graph.
Yeah, you showed me photos.
Yeah.
We'll see if if
Alright.
I can run GTA 6.
Should be able to.
We're probably gonna cancel this.
I think
with
just
the
give it like
plan-
half an hour.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm already talking to Mantis. Mantis is very much like.
Okay.
Plan is tomorrow we'll do like an optional session. Probably do it like earlier, so like what's it called? Maybe like 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow onwards. Just do as much as we can, but like it'll be optional to attend. And then like instead of the
Okay.
boot camp that we're having this weekend, we do it either next weekend or the weekend after.
I can only be there at 12 p.m. EST. That's when I'll be out of work.
Yeah, I mean it'll be more of like a day freestyle, right? Where we just like have a nice little Q&A session about PD stuff OOC, and then split people off into groups. Like if some groups want to focus more on RSPC, they pull into that group to do that. If some people really need practice with pursuits, and then we just play by ear, right?
Yeah.
Sure, we don't want to like just wait 30 more minutes and then like what you said and then try it.
I think we should wait. Loki.
I mean, my whole thing is if we wait 30 minutes, then like to go through everything, it will already be going past like server reset, and I've got places to go. Like I want to sleep and then watch the F1.
We have a lot less cadets at this one, so we can go
Yeah.
through things a lot faster.
True.
Ooh.
Like according to the sheet, if this is gonna stay, Group 1 only had 3 cadets. So
Yeah.
And also consider how many people didn't show up to shift 1/2. You might
Yeah.
be able to even drop more people off.
No, there we go.
but
Yeah,
I'm-
we're at
Yeah,
40%
Bow's gone.
Yeah, we're at 40% package loss.
yeah, like
Yeah.
because if we do it at 11 p.m. EST, I do not know if I can attend. That is
Yeah,
like
that's really early for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean
Well-
that's just the time that Mantis is saying. We'll probably do like a little bit later, like 12, maybe 1 a.m.
Yeah, that would be perfect for me. I can stay whatever the
Oh.
fuck. I'll just ruin my sleep schedule. I don't give a shit.
Netgraph is flat.
That's not a good sign right now.
No,
That
Netgraph
is not a
flat
good
is
sign at
good,
all.
but the ping is still really high.
Yeah, that is.
Is this like pulp low pressure? Like, is that what this is? Translate to RP raw terms. Oh, well,
Oh god.
bye, Ab.
Oh.
Bye, Meyer.
Just popping like flies. Oh god.
God bless. Responsibility. Okay, listen, if Thanos takes me, I just wanted to tell you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Where is it taking me?
Oh.
No, I'm just
I mean,
fucking
I'm
with you.
still here.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
Cool.
There it goes.
I'm still here.
Who's gonna be
Yeah.
last one standing? Who's gonna be last one standing?
I'm at 242.
I'm at 450, sorry.
Oh hi.
Hello.
Got uppies.
Yeah. I didn't know I was on the shift 3 one. I thought I was only on the shift 1 and 2, and now I'm streaming for 13 hours and 19 minutes.
Nice.
If we cancel, which it looks like we're going to, I'm probably gonna go back to sleep.
Oh, I'm going back
But
to
if
bed.
I did, oh god, if I didn't go back to sleep,
Oh.
I would have been streaming for like 20 hours straight.
Yeah, it's good that you didn't crack that extra energy
Oh
drink, did
my
you?
god.
No, I just drank one.
The teleporting
how long
is
ago?
real.
I just finished it like now. Also, Jesus Christ,
Bruh.
Wildflower.
What?
I'm like teleporting around.
I wish I could. Are you streaming?
Yes.
I'm late. Do you publish your VOD? I want to see this after this.
I don't, but I'll get you something.
It's fine. It's fine. No, you hate me. You hate me, Legacy. It's fine.
I have anxiety of people being weird and then watching VODs and then doing weird shit.
Oh, nah, I get
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
I get it.
It's
Oh,
I
and
have
I
enough anxiety
understand.
streaming as it is. The only way that I'm going to stream is by having VODs not publish.
I didn't realize my VODs were sub only for like 5 months. Turn that shit off. I remember why I did though. Pretty sure you know why.
I do.
Funnily enough, we're still here.
We sure are.
And people are coming back. We never got.
Graylin!
We survived.
Pack loss at
Can you
10.
like tackling? Maybe it's just a spider. Maybe it's not head issues.
I didn't.
Oh. Oh my god, that was so delayed.
So it looked.
Not in my
Yeah,
eyes.
it actually was kind of just. It's a lot better now. Okay, it's still not great. But... Okay, yeah, no, it's still fucked.
This is pretty funny.
Alright,
Hi, Sparkles.
It's been officially cancelled.
Alright.
Wait, for real?
I'm stealing Legacy now.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Bruh.
I'm being kidnapped.
Yeah.
We need to leave. We need to leave out.
Looking at a ping of 500 milliseconds.
Let's
so,
just
you know.
say, let's just say this
Actually.
is the provider issue is not going to be fixed in the next
Yeah.
time being. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just say that.
Damn it.
My Friday night is ruined.
I just woke up for this.
I just
Do we-
got home from
Where is
work.
it being
still
moved
get
to?
paid
How
for
could Leon Jericho do
today?
this?
Not
You see what I mean by street racer chic? Like, come on.
This is not Street Racer chic.
Fuck off.
That is street racer chic.
What is Street
No, it's
Racer
not.
chic?
Ow!
Oh god, people have stopped moving.
It's
I'm
my generic prim outfit.
Yeah. Better than people teleporting.
Oh no, people are. Oh Jesus. Okay.
No, you don't have the blue gloves on, Sparkles.
No. It would,
Oh, you mean
You don't
generic
get it.
Crim, not toxic Crim. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna just jump out.
I expect you not to
Bye.
recognize me because I'm masked up, but I get really upset if you don't recognize me because this is my known outfit.
Uh-huh. Where's your voice changer?
I also really like gates. You guys got any gates around here? I think I'm gonna go to level
Gates?
12.
There's no gate there though.
Shit.
Are you gonna fix Zoe's face while you have a chance? No. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
see,
leave it.
because for me props haven't loaded, I can't even exit VR normally.
That's
I
unfortunate.
just see Ace teleporting all over the place right now.
Yeah, he is.
I think
He's
got
going
kicked
back
out.
and forth. Oh,
No, he's still
No?
there. Oh, fuck off. You are
oh my god.
Just actually crazy. Alright,
Wow, that was fully animated for me. Live and in 3D.
They've been wanting to do that for a while.
I understand. I understand.
just clocking in so I can draw my gun faster.
Oh my god. And I'll be using PD equipment on other officers. That's a fire.
I'm pretty sure you're a
We're in
criminal right now.
VR.
We're out of character. You're not officers.
Yeah,
you're just.
you're
Yeah.
a criminal.
Ah, shit.
Just like real life.
Well, she'll get fired over anything, so you know, maybe watch out.
That was very delayed. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Oh. There.
Wait, I can't crawl. Hold on.
Deserved. Alright, I'm leaving then. Good night.
Never let me crawl.
Yeah, so this has been cancelled, guys.
Wait, somebody resurrect me.
no.
My bad. My bad.
You can resurrect yourself.
Have a good night.
Fuck you, Snow.
Okay. Yeah, it turns out I can resurrect myself. Look, maybe I just wanted a little bit of a personal touch, okay?
You. Night! See you guys tomorrow! In like 8 hours. Ow. What the fuck?
Because I'm the chief.
This is a treat.
Okay. That's an I'm leaving. Alright, chat, we're gonna go. We're stuck in VR, which is fine, I think. Hold on. Exit VR training? Well, that's not good. Can I... Door lock? Door lock? Alright. It's normal when you, it's normal when you hit pop? Oh, yeah. I need to go in here and just hide in the bathroom so no one sees this character, because I'm not playing this character this weekend, except for Academy. I'm not really playing the game. Alright, John, I appreciate the hell out of you. I'm gonna see if anyone else is doing anything. We'll see. We'll get you over. Let's go look. How are you, Graywin? Hmm. We're gonna raid Tofu. I don't think he's gonna be streaming anymore, but it's fine. We're gonna raid Tofu and say hi and just be a little annoying. All right, guys. I'll see you later today.